This episode of the CBoom Show was pre-recorded prior to announcements by many professional sporting leagues to postpone their regular season as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Hi everyone, welcome to the CBoom Show. I'm Chris. What we're trying to do here is help you make a pick, cover a spread, win a ticket or two. First things first, let me introduce Alex from Road to a Million and Peter.
I'm back.
Hey guys, a lot of news this week.
It's exciting. I can't wait to start the show. However, first things first, shout out to our sponsor, Tata's Hot Sauce Emporium. Brings that flavor to your table. I know I love it on everything. It's awesome.
Dude, I just made like 20 jerk legs out of that rub, and I'm ready to go.
I heard it's a cure for the worst virus in the world.
That is
Put
it.
that hot sauce on everything.
Speaking of that, the coronavirus. Unbelievable.
Italy shut down. A Juventus player has just tested positive for the virus. All over Europe, they're playing soccer games in empty stadiums. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, no fans for the foreseeable future.
Golden State, same deal.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's multiple sports. I mentioned this actually a couple weeks ago with esports in Asia getting shut down for this, that they can't do these stadium events. They just can't have people around other people.
It's the best thing they can do. Like, even right now, they're saying we could see, like, NHL and NBA playoffs in front of empty stadiums. It's unprecedented. And we have Major League Baseball. Their home openers are coming up. Everyone looks forward to that. One of my friends at work was like, let's get tickets and play hooky. And I was like, we might not even be allowed to go in there. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, technically, from what I'm hearing, it's anything over 1,000 people. So these stadiums that hold like 300,000 people, it's legitimately...
There is no stadium that holds 300,000 people.
This is
100,000.
This is what, 50,000 here at Rogers Center?
Even
Even
if it's 50,000, if it can only hold 1,000, that's one person per every 50 seats.
You know what? I'm not even going to movie theaters right now. It's crazy.
It's time for a safe play once in a while. This is it. Stay safe. Stay at home. Do what you got to do.
I mean, stay safe, but I still feel it's a little bit over exaggerated. If you've already got it and gotten over it, trips to Venice right now are super cheap. 5-star hotels.
As long as you can't catch it again,
You
right?
can't catch it
Nobody
again.
knows that. So
You should be fine.
Peter's advice: wash your hands.
Good 20 seconds. Lots of soap. All right. So that being said, enough with this virus, but it is upsetting nonetheless. A lot of things are going to be missed. A lot of money is going to be missed with
And here's
empty
the thing,
stadiums.
like in playoffs and that, home ice advantage, is that out the shelf? Some
No.
of my friends are saying, home ice advantage doesn't mean
The
anything
fans,
for
the
home
fans,
court.
No, that's
you don't
wrong.
get that fan
But it
energy
is
anymore.
wrong because
travel
you still
time.
live there.
You live there, travel time, all that.
That's right. So, I mean, as far as home court or home ice or home field advantage, I think it still stays with the team. That
I think
When
it
the
still stays
playoffs
with
come
the
to
team
Toronto,
smells
the
intense.
stadium will be filled. I promise you
playoffs.
that. Sorry, what? Why, you doubt
Playoffs?
that?
I don't know. You owe me $1.
Hey, speaking of that dollar, let's get into our games and we'll bring that up because I've got a great opportunity for you. I've
That's
got
right.
another challenge. All right, so let's start off with some hockey. Now, guys, keep in mind we're filming this Wednesday. We're putting it a couple days in advance. We hope you see it as soon as possible. However, we're going to be posting all the Twitter picks, all of our picks we're talking about now on Twitter, and hopefully you follow and make some good wins on it. So first things first, there's 3 games on the 12th I want to talk about. Nashville at Toronto. Toronto's at home. I like Toronto a lot in that. You've got Detroit at Washington. Washington's at home. And Florida at Dallas. And I like Florida. Speaking of Florida, this is the challenge for you. Florida to win the next 5 straight games.
Didn't you just say the Leafs were going to win 5 games
They did great.
2 episodes ago?
They did great.
They did not win
They
5
didn't
in a
win
row.
that. I owe you the $1 American. Let's double down for Florida to win the next 5.
I take that bet, sir. And your money. That's $2 US.
$2 US.
And living in Canada, I'm rich.
Despite
But those-
going for 5, I like that. That's going to be a tough one for them, but I like them. But I like Florida tonight a lot.
Over Dallas?
They're coming off 2 nice wins.
It's not tonight on the 12th.
Tomorrow night.
Sorry, tomorrow night. Sorry, my bad. But I like that tomorrow night. They're coming off a couple of big wins. They just had a win over the Canadians 4-1. They won their last game 2-1. They're out there trying. They're getting the shots on goal, even if they're not getting as many in as they would like. Shots on goal is what really matters, and they're
They're
dominating.
in Dallas and they're against a hot backup, Kuberdin.
It's
Like,
going to be a good game.
You have Bishop and Kuberdin. That's one of the best 1-2 punches in goalies in the
Then
NHL.
you've also got Detroit at Washington. Washington you can take by 2. And Nashville at Toronto. Toronto's at home. You can also take that game by 2.
I think Toronto's coming around and they're waking up. They got Morgan Riley back. He looked really good.
Yeah.
Freddie Anderson looked really good. So
yeah, it was great. And then
I'm not going to say they're going to win 5 in a row, but
and then
if
on
they come through with 4 out of 5, that's
they look better.
well, let's see what happens now. But on the 13th, we've got San Jose at St. Louis. I like St. Louis at home. They're leading the division. It's a great game. And St. Louis is going to smash. You can take that game -2, -3. And then after that, you've got Islanders at Edmonton. Islanders are, I think, 6-game losing
Seven
streak.
game.
7-game losing streak. About to go 8. They're going to
And
lose.
Edmonton's been hot.
Yeah, they're going to lose to Edmonton. You can take Edmonton by 2. And then the last day of hockey picks on the 14th, 2 games I want to talk about. New Jersey at Florida.
Nothing on Friday the 13th? All the underdogs on Friday the 13th.
The 13th was the last 2 we just talked about. San Jose and
the Blues. Yeah,
Islanders,
my bad.
that's okay.
Continue.
And then on the 14th, we have New Jersey at Florida. That'll be another Florida game to win. And Pittsburgh at Carolina. Both of these games you can take to win by 2.
I can see the
that sounds
Panthers
pretty
losing to the Devils.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah,
Let's move
by
on to
American
some
dollars.
we'll see.
move on to some NBA. It's been crazy ups, downs, lefts, rights. Houston, Orlando the other day, unbelievable.
Go Magic.
I missed
You've
that
got
one, but
you've got two games on the 12th to really talk about. You've got Chicago at Orlando. I like Orlando a lot. They're going to be the favorite. However, you can parlay that with the underdog Memphis over Portland. Memphis on the road will be an underdog by most likely 6 to 8 points. You can take them as an outright win.
I think Orlando right now is at 6.5, which actually isn't a huge margin right now. I could see that getting even bigger, just as game time gets closer, as people start taking that, because that's a nice one to hit. If you can get 6.5 on Orlando over the Bulls, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a '90s kid. I grew up with Michael Jordan, love the Bulls, but this ain't the same team.
Not bad at all. Well, that's just two games on the 12th. Let's look at the 13th. We've got the Pelicans at Utah. Utah's at home. Both teams are horrible. However, you want to take Utah at home. Spread's going to be about -2, -3, and it's going to be a good game to play on that.
I'm not a basketball guy, but all I can say is Pelicans are cool. When you're in the Caribbean, they dive bomb for their fish. It's really cool.
Oh,
Thanks.
it's a great
Thanks.
bird, but as per NBA rules, no Pelicans.
I appreciate.
That's all I have to add for NBA, man.
Well, thank you for your insight on
Yes.
Pelicans.
And the Raptors get me free French fries once in a while. All
Okay,
they have
well,
to do is score 12
Back to the next game on the 13th to talk about.
Oh,
You've
nice.
got
Free fries.
Cavaliers at Charlotte. This is a great game for Charlotte at home. Once again, both teams suck, and you want to take Charlotte at home. Closing it off on the 14th, you've got... I'm sorry. When I see that, I laugh. Phoenix at Dallas. This is a great
yeah.
underdog. You want to take Phoenix. Phoenix is going to be surprising. I believe it's a 2 p.m. tip-off. It's going to throw everyone off. Get ready for it. And then to close off the Friday basketball bets, you've got Detroit at Toronto. You want to take Toronto hard. You can adjust the spread to -8, -10 in this game. I'm excited. You can also take an over 212.
I hope Toronto gets 12 three-pointers. And I
Free
got free
fries.
French fries.
Me too.
You can get a free slice if they win
In
the game.
Dallas, they used to have promotion free tacos.
Oh, I love tacos.
I know.
Hey,
Who doesn't love
hey
tacos?
Raptors, we need free tacos if you win.
Hashtag taco.
Hashtag Raptors, Raptor tacos.
All right, guys. Moving on from basketball. That was a lot of fun. Moving on. UFC.
Oh my God. This past weekend was a lot of ups and downs, but the biggest up was Joanna Dragic versus Wiley Zhang. I'm sure I pronounced Joanna's last name wrong.
I think Joanna won.
but
I
I
have
don't.
to say it.
Did you see her face? And we're going to put up a picture of her face. So just take a look at it here.
And keep in mind, no, that's not an alien.
That doesn't look like her when she walked into the fight. Wiley Zhang lit her up left, right, and center. They threw apparently over 800 punches combined,
Combined.
which ended up being just over 400 each. It was something like 850-ish punches They ended up throwing over 400 punches.
I got to
each.
tell you, UFC or I love the women. They can do the job the same as the men, man. They fight and they're tough fighters. They're They're good scrappers.
This is the one that put them on the map for sure. Like, I mean, the women fighters, they had to come up. They didn't have the same breath that the men did. They didn't have the same background.
Ronda Rousey was big.
She was big.
But now
we see well-rounded. Like, these fighters.
Now you're seeing more. When Ronda Rousey was in the game, it was basically just her
ran over
until Holly Holm cut her out.
But there was one other highlight of the night on the undercard. A newcomer to the UFC, Rodolfo Vieira, really talented guy on the ground. The guy is built like a brick house. Went up against a known cheater. Got his eye gouged in the first 10 seconds so much so it was bleeding profusely. The guy grabbed his mitts, grabbed the fence. Rodolfo didn't care.
Kind of like John Jones.
Oh,
poking people in the eye.
Oh, like a million times John Jones. And this Rodolfo guy, he won. He was on the undercard. I'm very surprised at how well he performed. He's going to be a guy to watch. The odds are going to be in his favor because he's new to the UFC, and they're going to put him up against some big talent, but I think he has what it takes.
Cheating?
Cheating. Well, speaking of cheating, Daniel Cormier tested negative 50 times, USADA. First person to do that.
The real deal.
Real deal. Not like you mentioned him earlier, John Jones. Daniel Cormier got 50. Jones challenges to get 1.
It's even the last fight. I was just waiting like 3 months later. Oh, John Jones disqualified from his win, right? But he didn't look like he was juiced. That's for sure. He didn't look the same. His legs were skinnier. He's poking people in the eye. I didn't even think that he should have won that fight personally, but he did.
The nature of the business, right? Don't leave it to the judges.
Like boxing.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's pretty much all there is really going on for UFC right now. There's a fight night coming up this weekend in Brazil, but other than
One thing I want to mention with UFC, at the pay-per-view on the weekend, there's a lot of drama in the audience. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't know is that Dana White has intense security, and he pays them a heck of a lot of money that when drama starts in the audience to get them out of there. So simply because a lot of other things can happen, a lot of heat between two fighters, somebody touches somebody.
Or fights like that. I've seen
dirty.
fights break out at boxing matches. Yeah.
For sure, and civilians get hurt, whatever. So what happened was Brian Ortega and the Korean Zombie have had some beef in the last little while. They had a fight scheduled. It was pulled off because Ortega had a leg injury.
Mm-hmm.
What happened after that was, keep in mind the Korean Zombie doesn't speak any English at all, so he had a translator. Ortega had information that the translations were incorrect, and in the meantime of all of this, the Korean Zombie signed with a Korean company, publicity company, and they are behind really promoting fights and things like that. So a lot of it was anger to Ortega for pulling out, but there was a lot of chirping back and forth saying he pulled out without an injury. So at the event, when Korean Zombie went to the bathroom, the translator, Jay Parks, was sitting there, and Brian Ortega went and slapped the translator.
While the zombie was in the bathroom.
While the zombie was in the bathroom.
Wow.
Instantly, security grabs him, whatever. Now, a lot of people are saying, was that kind of a wussy move, slapping the translator?
Well, in all fairness, Brian Ortega apparently, and his beef with Korean Zombie is kind of not a beef directly with the zombie. It's a beef directly with the translator.
Yeah,
it's a beef with the promoting company. However, it's a beef with the zombie, Alex.
If you're a professional fighter,
trying to defend the promoting company, it's
I'm protecting the fighter.
The fighter represents that.
Here's the thing, though.
The fighter
represents
they represent the fighter.
A pro fighter goes and slaps a translator. What's he going to do? Speak another language to him?
Slapping the translator is disrespectful. However, anything coming out is anything comes out from that team. I know. I'm not disputing he slapped the wrong person.
Right.
I'm not disputing that.
And
what I'm disputing is and that as well. That shouldn't happen at all. However, what I'm saying is that anything coming from that side of the team is as a whole. It's not just, you can't single the Korean Zombie. He's innocent. He had nothing to do with it. He doesn't speak English. But
Well,
but
that's what I'm saying.
the beef,
If
the
I
beef
told-
happened before this.
No, yeah, but here's the thing. If
Yes, the beef has been going on for months now.
But if
That being said, there's been a lot of hype, a lot of drama around this. I can't wait to see them fight. I personally like Ortega. He hasn't fought since Max Holloway. That was a bad beat for him. He was personally, I think something was wrong with him in that
When
fight.
did you fight next?
Hopefully it comes up. I'm thinking. I think they said the end of July on the July card, maybe. I'm pretty excited.
All right. I got some news. Golf.
Yeah.
Tiger's going into the PGA Hall of Fame 2021. Well deserved, of course. Will he catch Jack Nicklaus for majors? That's a question. It's just like, will Ovechkin catch Gretzky? And my prediction is no. This week, the 5th major TPC Championship Players Challenge. My guys are Matsuyama, Scheifele, and Kuchar. Watch them on the weekend. There are no odds right now because I'm saying watch them on the weekend. See how they play. Those are my low guys. I mean, the number one player in the world, Rory, he's been in the top 5 his last 4 tournaments. So you can't.
I had the stats on him for his next couple tournaments. Him and Tiger both pay well. I think Roy's about 4 and Tiger's about
out
7.
his back. So
No.
he's not playing in the Players Championship.
No way. That's
that should
upsetting.
up the odds for Rory.
It's amazing golf. Everyone knows the 17th hole, the island hole. And actually, in a practice round today, a golf fan bet Rory that he wouldn't hit the green for $50, and Rory collected his $50 American because he hit the green. It's and then some. NFL news: Brady rumors. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be going hard for Brady, so we may see an orange jersey on him next year.
There's a better chance that Brady will be on the CBoom show before he's on any other team.
My Bears have 2 draft picks in the first 39 selections, which is unprecedented. It's like the 4th time since the NFL has come out with the draft that's happened. Unless free agency comes with something or Brady.
Come on now.
We'll see what happens.
Let's be real.
I mean, when it comes down to Brady, he's got whatever option he wants. He's going to want to retire in style, not with the Buccaneers. He's not a pirate.
I can't believe that that he's going to explore free agency. I thought he'd be a Patriot for life.
All right, I think we should save this for the next episode, guys. There's a lot to say with that.
And all be about Brady. The Brady episode.
It's always about Brady. That being said, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so happy you're watching. Please keep in mind, it's not us against each other. It's us together against everybody else. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Click like, subscribe, hit that little bell.
Don't forget, check out the Twitter, CBoom_CA. I'm going to have all our picks posted on there daily. And good luck to everybody.
And barbecue season's coming. Remember where to get your hot sauce.
Oh, that's
Most
right.
importantly, win.
Enough to forget I'm here. I need some food for my thoughts and I need some wealth. I need to find my way back. I need myself.